back. We're here with cross-country men's and women's coach Ben Paxton. Coach, you guys have a very experienced men's team coming back led by Adam Friedenthal. Should be an exciting year for the men.
It should. We returned 7 people from last year's squad. We have 3 newcomers. Very excited about that. Whenever you have that experience in depth, it means you're going to be pretty good this year.
On the women's side, however, there's some inexperience, but you get Carly Moss back this year.
Yeah, Carly Moss coming back from an illness that she had last year that curtailed her for most of the year. We brought in 3 very good freshmen, Jean Stroud, Lisa Nichols, and Shayna Jenkins. All 3 of those are going to battle for those top 5 spots. And Jen Schofield is back too, who is a junior, actually a redshirt sophomore.
Talk a little bit about Jean Stroud. She had a very impressive freshman debut. Is that a sign of things to come?
Yeah, we had very, very high hopes for Jean. Bring her in. She was the prep state champion, 2A state champion from Bishop England in Charleston, South Carolina. She had the fastest time on the state meet course last year. Being 2A, she doesn't see the 3 or 4A larger schools, but we knew she could push herself and she could be an immediate impact player in the Big South Conference.
How do you recruit cross-country runners? Is there something that you look for in a runner? Because to the uneducated eye, a runner would be a runner.
Desire. I think number one is desire, wanting to get to that finish line before somebody else. Obviously, if you're an all-state performer or a state champion, you have experience at wanting to get to that finish line before other people. And you also, when I sit down and meet with recruits, if they talk training and they're excited about what they're going to be doing over the next 4 or 5 years, you just know that light comes on and says, this person's dedicated to what they want to do.
In training, obviously, a huge part of it, it's not like other sports where you can teach a certain skill.
Right.
You have to develop differently.
You're going to be better in November than you are in September. You're going to be better as a senior than you are as a freshman. So time is very important. With an older men's team, those kids have had a couple of years under me. Even the newcomers can blend right into that. With a very young women's team, we know we're going to be good. We just have to be very patient.
You've got 2 meets that you're going to host this fall. Tell us a little bit about them.
The ASICS Invitational, 24th year of that. We've always fallen the 3rd week of September. Expecting a field of about 20 teams. This year we're also serving as co-host for the South Carolina Intercollegiate Cross Country Championship. So we'll be doing 2 things, not only having our typical ASICS Invitation with our Garnet and Gold Division I teams and other teams, but also a state championship awarding the top state finishing team. And then we have a shorter, kind of a more laid-back approach meet in October when the weather's cooler, kind of a tune-up before our conference championships, and that's the ASICS Fall Classic, and that will fall on October 16th of this year.
Both teams are picked sort of in the middle of the pack in the Big South. Is that sort of what you're expecting out of this year?
I want top 3 finishes. I think if we can be a top 3 team on both sides this year, we return. I think we lose 1 person next year off of the men's and women's squad. That could bode very well for the future. But I've kind of lifted that goal of being a top 3 and battling towards the finish for that championship this year.
Sure. Well, good luck with it, and we'll be rooting on the Eagles when you're at home.
Thank you very much.